Hi guys and welcome to this episode of the Just My Opinion podcast. Today we are going to be reacting to Libianca's present success. But before we react to her present success and what we think about it and um, basically our reaction and the trajectory we think she's going in, let's look at a throwback video that was shared by one of the most famous Cameroonian blogs, 237 Showbiz. So
Block the AC and you expect this room to even be warm a little bit.
Thank you.
Just hold your breath. Let me go. Hold your breath. Just tie your heart. And when you feel it, you look at this, your own close. See, anyway. You need to look good before you videotape. You need to look good.
Why are you
look up
videotaping?
before you see and look good. I hope it's not, you're not taking it. Can you block?
So that is Libianca some years back, and well, I'll say these are humble beginnings. So I just wanted us to look at that, and we'll use that as a reference when we are talking about where she is now and where we think she's going to, and why a lot of international artists are embracing her music. Hi, Ambassador.
Hello, people. It's your boy Ambassador again doing his thing.
So, Libianca, of recent we had this article being shared.
And you expect this room to even be warm a little bit.
So basically, it's an article talking about. Let me just remove this video.
Just tie your heart.
So
And when you feel it, you look.
we had this article talking about her going on tour with Alicia Keys. So it says Libianca and Semi, the two African artists chosen by Alicia Keys. American singer Alicia Keys has selected two African female artists, Libianca and Semi, to join her in her summer tour this year. Global stars continue to embrace the Cameroonian star, who has had what will be an unforgettable career since the beginning of 2023. Alicia Keys' summer tour will begin this June. What a milestone for Libianca in particular, who just featured on Billboard some few days ago. Yes, she did feature on Billboard some few days ago. So this is an article from the Billboard website. This is on the 9th of May. So like 3 days ago. So it says Hot 100 first timer Libianca arrives with breakthrough Afrobeat hit people. Okay, so I mean, last time we spoke about Libianca, we spoke about her surpassing Franco. Basically, Franco Kolela Petit was one of the most viewed Cameroonian songs on YouTube for a long time. So it was at 75 million views, if I'm not mistaken. And at the time when we made the video, Libianca was at 77 million views. So this surpassed Franco, which was one of the most viewed Cameroonian YouTube videos. And we also spoke about her collaboration with Arya Star, Omale, T-Pain doing the cover of her song going viral on TikTok. Now she's on Billboard, and now she's joining Alicia Keys for a tour. I mean, she just keeps going. Ambassador, what do you think about her success so far?
Yeah. One, I'll just want to say out there, she's Cameroonian, she's not Nigerian. I see that on a lot of places.
Yes.
Yeah. But she's African all the same. I'm also very happy that finally there is a Cameroonian who is riding the wave of Afrobeat, because we all contributed to the success of Afrobeat. So somehow we're feeling left out. All our A-list artists, none of them was really riding that wave the way I'm seeing the South Africans, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Kenyans riding the wave of Afrobeat. The world is really receptive to anything and everything Afrobeat right now. So if we don't take this opportunity to put one of our own names on the global scene, we might just be missing out. Yeah, you see the Nigerians growing from the whiskey generation now to the Thames, to the Arya Stars, to the, what's his name? This guy for Cough. What's his name? Anyway, this new generation with the
Kiss
Remas and
Daniel.
all of these other guys. Yeah. So I'm very glad that at least a Cameroonian is part of this. Somehow something will come back to us and to our ecosystem. Um, Also, I think, I don't know if anybody is doing this, but I'll personally also try to somehow document her success. One, it cannot be very copy paste to Cameroon because she has some differences or unique advantages given that she was born in America, moved back to America. Yes, all of those things, most of our life has been spent in America, was part of the voice, had that exposure, which we cannot ignore. So all of those things which, yeah, typical Cameroonian artists will have to tweak their own blueprint. We cannot really copy paste her blueprint, but there are still a lot of things that we can learn. One is when I watch her, most of the things she used to do before, she was trying to be, who can I call? I don't know if it's Whitney Houston or she was just trying to be very soul. Then she realized, and even Tiwa Savage, when Tiwa Savage went to the US, I think she wrote even for Beyonce one time before moving back to Nigeria. She was trying to be very Western. Then you realize now that she just decided to be herself, be as African as possible, and she's having this huge success now. I mean, like, it's easier to be sustainable with her brand because I feel like that's who she is, compared to a song which you start with a Chakaraka Bobe. Now, what's the meaning of a Chakaraka Bobe? You don't know. You don't know why a Chakaraka Bobe is blowing. You cannot do another Chakaraka Bobe because that's just it. It just came out of the moment. So I think her own success is more sustainable. She can maintain that. But the others we have had before is tricky. She's singing in English, which is one of the most acceptable languages in the world. And it's a huge leverage. Also, as soon as you start getting the exposure from Nigeria, then it was T-Pain doing your stuff. Then it was now with Alicia Keys. 100% she's on the global scene already. 100% soon she'll start going on those talk shows, the Breakfast Club, Sway in the Morning, all of those things which now propel you to the everyday American man. And once you are known in that field, once America accepts you, I'm looking for a word, they kind of throw you back into the world now like a global artist. So once Davido's song went the way it went, it's like America accepted him and then now sent him out again to the world now like a global artist. So I really cannot wait for Libianca to have that journey of now a recognized global artist going into the world, where she can have a show in Australia, UK, and it's not just a bunch of Cameroonians sitting in the living room watching her. I really want where she can fill up halls. He called up also for coronation of Prince or King William. I don't know if we'll live that long anyway, because these people don't seem to want to die. Anyway, I think getting that international recognition will give a huge boost to the Cameroonian industry. And what I like about the Cameroonian industry is, although she's from the English-speaking side, if it blows up, some of that shine can as well rub off on the French-speaking side, and then can be channeled into the French parts of Africa. So Cameroon can be that juncture meeting point where things, like when the Ndombolos and the rest coming from French Africa were in Cameroon, they went into Nigeria and into Ghana. Now Afrobeat hitting up, coming to Cameroon, easily goes into French Africa. So it could be that melting pot or that juncture where things circulate into Africa.
You know, as you're just talking, there's one thing that came to my mind. It's like, I am very happy she started her song People with from Bamenda, it's Libianca. Like, for me, like, her song is beautiful, but that's one of my favorite things. Like, I like the message, awesome. I love it all. But I especially like the fact that she started the song with from Bamenda.
You like the fact that she said that she had been smoking banga?
I mean, she did what she did. Yeah, so, like, her message is very relatable. There are a lot of people that's their coping mechanism out there. Either it's alcohol, banga, or whatever.
With your dreadlocks, I cannot really get anything.
I mean, yeah. So, like, Gasha is saying, like, banga is medicinal, so like we cannot judge. So, what I'm saying is, like, I like the fact that she started with that identity of from Bamenda is Libianca, and that is putting her Cameroonian identity in the spotlight. And I think wherever she goes, you know how Loco has the like every artist has their thing to say. What does Loco
He says
say?
Yema.
Yema. Like every artist has their phrase, the drop. I don't know, maybe something that they advise artists to do in the industry. Yeah. So if from Bamenda it's Lebianca is her thing which she drops, I mean that's an awesome
But do you
phrase.
know that in her opening, when she just first came to The Voice, she said she's from, I think, Minneapolis or something like that. And those are some of the things I tell African artists, especially those in the diaspora, like, you cannot be more American than Americans. Americans have already American everything that there was to American. But the unique thing you can bring to the table is your Africanness. So I think then she was feeling like being American is going to be relatable, and then she'll be accepted a little bit more. Because she said she's from Minneapolis. They said, where are you from? She said Minneapolis. But I grew up, or I spent some time in West Africa, Cameroon. Which for me was like, say you're from Africa, and that might either sympathy or intrigue or whatever the emotion might be, the people might gravitate more towards you when you see you're from Africa than say you're from Minneapolis. Half of that hall might be from Minneapolis. First, you in Minneapolis. I mean, like, it's nothing special. Your uniqueness might be your Africanness.
Yeah, definitely. Like I've seen, I mean, The Voice or X Factor, all of those shows, they love a good story. They love a good come up story. Like I've watched some comedy videos of somebody who comes there and says a very sympathetic story, and they have no talent completely, but the judges are still like, oh, this is so good. Because like they love that story. But yeah, so definitely having that unique, I'm from Africa, I made it to the States, and yeah, it's definitely appealing to those judges and stuff. Yeah, so like I was saying, like I love that she right now she's putting her Cameroonian identity forward. And like you said, Tiwa Savage is an example of somebody who went out there and tried to do it the American way, and then realized that, okay, let me come back home, let me adopt my Africanness and sing songs which speak to Africans. Because at the end of the day, your diehard fans, are going to be the Cameroonians, the Bamenda, the people from the Northwest region. Those are going to be the diehard fans, and like Cameroon as a whole, hopefully. So yeah, like I really love the direction in which she's going to. Like you said, maybe like what made her viral is something which she can maintain. My fingers are really crossed. I hope it's something that she maintains, because so far the song which I have been hearing her singing in places is People. So I really hope she drops another song. I hope she doesn't end with just this one song. I hope her story is different from the other stories we have heard in the past. I really, really do hope so. Yeah. And one thing I wanted also to talk. Oh, you want to say something before I go to the?
No, you just announced that. I feel like she can be very consistent. She looks like she's level-headed, from a good family. I could actually see her family supporting her during The Voice. If the part of she's irie because she has been smoking banga is just stories she has heard from other people, then I think she'll be very consistent.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Like that's what I sincerely do hope for her. Let's see where it goes. And like you're saying, like somebody needs to document it. And I was just thinking, one of the videos that keeps the views keep on climbing for some reason. When I initially dropped the video on YouTube on Chekara TV, that was the video about Constant Ejoma, who was on Wakanda. When I initially put up that video, I didn't even think it got to like 50 views. Now it's surpassing 1,000 views, and the views just keep climbing. And I'm like, At one point, I was like, why? Is it that she has done something?
But
Is she
you know she's
viral
in
now?
Cameroon now.
What?
She's in Cameroon and she's organizing some workshop for actors in Boya around Cameroon now.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So
okay.
maybe people are looking, and then she's doing a lot of things around Cameroon. So maybe people are just Googling her. It's now
Yeah.
about discovering she's Cameroonian and then
Yeah.
maybe
So
I'm just saying maybe, but she's in Cameroon now.
yeah, so that might be the case. That might be the case. So anyway, I was just thinking like Libianca is also one of those stories. I remember I did something about Francine Gano. So Libianca is one of those stories that I might also do something about before the spotlight. I hope I will be able to find, because the challenge with documenting their past and then the present is because most of these things, you like, my principal source of this information is online, and when I go online they don't have a well written Wikipedia page or something that talks about their past. It's very difficult to document that, but I'm going to try and see what I can find out there, and yeah, hopefully I could put up something on Chakra TV in that light. So Libianca is going on tour with Alicia Keys. I hope during, like, I don't know the whole how much space she'll be given to sing on the tour. She's just an opening act on this tour, and she's going with Semi, who is a bigger artist. So I don't know how much space she'll be given, but I would say this is definitely an arena for her to test the waters. If she has other songs out there, if she has other songs that she has written, this might be an avenue for her to test the waters and see how the crowd responds to it.
But also, it's an avenue for networking. It just depends on her peoples and who she's got on the team. Because meeting Alicia Keys is technically meeting Swiss Beats. It's technically meeting the successful black crowd out there. It's technically meeting Jay-Z and meeting Beyonce. Because once you plug into those networks, there are lots of other things that can flow out. So if she has the right peoples who can network with Alicia Keys peoples behind the scene, and then collabos coming here and there, some other events are called up for. It's just, the right networking and the right moves. And lots of things can flow.
Yeah, definitely. So I really hope she is taking advantage of all these networks. All of these networks, I hope she's taking advantage of it. So let's talk about our sponsor, Echo.online.
Okay. Once again, we are trying to build the Afro beats or the African music industry. And Echo.online is one of those tools which is very focused and will be very useful in that direction, because it's built, adapted to the African artists' realities. Usually they cannot build their fan base. They're not really in control of their fan base. Echo.online provides you a platform to do that. They cannot monetize or sell things to their core fan base because they're actually using Tidal, where their core fan base is not on Tidal, it's not on iTunes and all of those things. So with Echo.online, you could build your core fan base, you could sell things to them, you could upload your song, get your money directly into your mobile money wallet or any other payment platform you are using, which is adapted to the African reality. So Echo.online has many other features which are under construction. And I usually tell people, the early birds that jump on sites like this benefit the most, because those who first got on YouTube became millionaires, dollars I mean, because they got all the advantages, the best customer service, they built the largest followings, got the first endorsement deals, and those who came after were just picking up the crumbs. To jump on Echo.online in the upcoming days and weeks, a lot of features will be added to it. So just jump on Echo.online and then you could benefit from all the things that they have to offer. Just explore, and then if you have any successes and good feedback or some comments on things to improve, you send it directly to the Echo team. You could send it to Chakra TV and we'll communicate that to them.
Yeah, definitely. We keep on talking about building these stable systems in the African scene, in the Cameroonian scene, and yeah, I think Echo.online is a good way to go. So, guys, that's it about Libianca. Let us know in the comments below what you think about our reaction to her success so far, or what advice would you give to Libianca out there. And I really hope her team, she has a good team around her. I hope she's not doing this by herself. I hope it's not just friends who are surrounding her, who are taking advantage of the fame, but it's actually people who are business minded, who are coming up with strategies to help her be successful. I really hope this is the case for her. So, thank you guys for watching as usual. Thumbs up to this video. Subscribe to our channel, hit the notification button, and see you guys next time. Bye, guys.